Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're kicking off a brand new series, actually. We're looking at how AI is, well, fundamentally changing agriculture.
That's right.
And this first dive, it's into something that sounds almost ancient, AI-powered cattle counting.
Yeah, it sounds straightforward, doesn't it? Counting cows. But here's the really interesting question, the paradox we want to explore. Why is the livestock industry, even now in 2025, finding it so hard to modernize what has to be one of its oldest, most basic tasks?
Mm.
So our mission today is to unpack why this manual process is such a struggle, the high stakes involved, and crucially, how tech is finally being tested to tackle it.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that, because at the farmer's side, the rancher's perspective,
Yeah.
manual counting isn't just tiring work.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine you're out there, maybe a huge feedlot, dusty, hundreds of animals moving constantly, trying to keep track for hours. It just screams human error, fatigue setting in.
And that fatigue, it
Yeah.
leads directly to some pretty serious financial risks.
Yeah.
The critical number that jumps out from the data is that this manual count, often done under pressure, well, it can have error rates as high as 25%.
25%.
Yeah. And when you're talking about commercial scale, that kind of failure rate is just, it's not sustainable.
Wow, 25% that's genuinely shocking.
Yeah.
For these big operations, especially, the ones getting ready for export, strict checks,
Yeah.
one bad count can hold up an entire shipment.
Exactly.
And that delay means money.
Mm.
Thousands of dollars instantly lost, right?
Yeah.
Spoilage, extra fees, paying staff overtime.
And the ripple effect goes way beyond just shipping. It's huge. Because these miscounts, they mess up the fundamental data the whole farm runs on.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have an accurate head count, it throws off everything. Feed calculations, complex breeding schedules. Think about dairy farms. A miscount can skew your milk yield forecasts for weeks.
Right.
It fundamentally undermines your ability to manage effectively.
So the real problem isn't just counting, it's the data itself, the integrity of that base layer. If your foundation has a potential 25% error, the whole system built on top is shaky.
Precisely.
Which brings us to the pivot point, I guess. How do you fix that foundation?
And that's where the tech comes in. The intervention is AI-powered counting using computer vision.
Okay.
Now, this isn't just sticking up a simple camera. It's about teaching a machine to genuinely see and interpret what it's seeing, even in complex scenes.
Right, like understanding the image.
Exactly. These systems use pretty sophisticated techniques, things like instant segmentation, deep learning models trained on, millions of cattle images. So they learn to tell individual animals apart, even if they're bunched up tightly in a pen, maybe partially covered in mud or moving around quickly.
That's the key, isn't it? That digital identification tackles the human fatigue problem head on. And the numbers on performance improvement are, well, they're pretty staggering.
They really are.
Bringing in AI like this just slashes that error rate. You go from potentially 25% down to under 2%.
Huge difference.
And the time saving. What took hours of hard physical work now takes minutes. Just automated processing.
And connecting this back to, say, global trade, the real-world impact is transformative. We saw reports from Australia's beef industry. They're a major global exporter, right?
Yeah.
Farms using these automated vision systems. They reported a 30% faster throughput in their processing.
30% faster.
30%. Plus, significant cuts in the labor costs tied to that counting and checking. For large-scale operations, these aren't small games. They make the whole business fundamentally more efficient, more reliable for trade partners.
That kind of efficiency sounds amazing for the big players, the large feedlots.
Yeah.
But it does raise a question one you listening might have too. Is this tech creating a kind of efficiency divide?
That's a fair point.
Can a smaller traditional ranch, maybe operating on tighter margins, actually afford this sort of high-tech setup? Or is it really just a tool for the giant corporate farms?
That's a really crucial concern, absolutely. But what we're seeing is the technology becoming more modular, more accessible. Often it's offered on a subscription basis now, which lowers that initial barrier to entry quite a bit.
Okay, so not always a massive upfront cost.
Right. We're seeing smaller producers adopting simpler setups first, maybe using mobile computer vision systems rather than needing, extensive fixed cameras everywhere.
I see.
And the economics often work out. If you prevent just a few costly miscounts over a year, the system can genuinely pay for itself pretty quickly.
Makes sense.
So for really any livestock business that needs accuracy, that wants efficiency, that needs data they can actually trust, AI is shifting fast from being an optional extra to pretty essential infrastructure.
Okay, so summing up then. The tech is definitely here, the accuracy numbers are compelling, and the industry seems to be adapting, even at different scales.
Exactly. Which leads us to maybe one final thought, something provocative for you to consider. We've talked a lot about counting, just getting the numbers right.
Yeah.
But this camera infrastructure, this AI eye on the herd, it's capable of so much more. The really exciting next step, looking beyond just the head count, is how these same systems are starting to help farms monitor animal health and movement in real time.
Ah, interesting.
Identifying subtle signs of illness or distress maybe days before a human would spot it. That kind of proactive predictive insight, that's the real future unfolding on the farm.